Hi, it's Michelle from Movement Lesson, and it's just an answer. I have a parent that's concerned that their child, now that they're opening up in a sense, they're going into a startle. And I just want to talk about my thoughts on this. Now I'm doing a program right now, or I'm videotaping a baby from birth or 1 week until 3 months to show the movements that are necessary for a healthy baby and what to look for in your child. I want you to see the brilliance of just this. A baby's first job is to learn how to deal with gravity lying down. And it's a real subtle thing, and just looking at just how the eyes, now I'm going to go with my eyes, which is what we consider. So if my head goes this way, I kind of fall. But when a baby's kind of, sort of spread out like this, they really don't just lie down. They do that when they sleep, but when they're moving, but what it is, it's a counterbalance. So as there's a stimuli, let's say to the right, because again, that's all it is a stimuli. They don't know what, other than mommy, daddy face, they really don't know, and even that, they don't know that that's their mom. They know that that's someone that's going to take care of me, and that's what develops. That's called learning. So they're just reacting to stimuli, but as they go over sort of to the right, let's say, with the eyes, and it might just be the shift of the gaze, it might not even be a full head turn, but the left side's going to counterbalance. And as they go, so you're learning gravity. It's all of this really neat movements, but it's just, so when you just look at the baby do it, what? What? Oh my goodness. And then the same thing with me. It's this subtle counterbalance, and we really don't see it unless you're on a motorcycle or a bicycle, this counterbalance. But all of this, and it creates a neutrality. So if I go up here or down here or whatever, I'm available. I can do whatever I want. And it's just, and then you'll start seeing this, the kicking up. So when a child doesn't develop that way, birth trauma, brain, neurological, whatever the reason is, for whatever, or the child's not getting laying down enough, or if a child is less than 5 pounds, just the weight of the diaper is going to restrict pelvic movements. So you want to take the diaper off for a time to allow those things to happen. And again, these are just all things people don't necessarily think of. So when a child now, let's say, is 17 months old, and it's gone from this to suddenly they're out like this. Well, this kind of play isn't as easy. Their proportions have changed. They're larger, they're bigger, their head, their abdomen's longer. I mean, we're built a certain way to develop. So when you start going out like that, you might see more of a startle, because what happens is the system wants to be a bit too symmetrical versus, and that's where, and you always see me going after just that pelvis, that whole thing. And just going there, and I'm showing you now with this next child. But notice too, the pelvic clock, there's no tilting the pelvis back and forth. He's lifting the leg, but he's still not tilting his pelvis. Mm-hmm. There you go. See, now the back just twisted. So now, just in this position, I can work on just, he's not used to having just the one leg up like that, so just the balance of the leg in that position. And you can see that the left leg is automatically more active than the right leg. Because what I've done, the right leg in a sense is still too heavy for him, and he doesn't have the muscle structure. And this is where a lot of professionals get confused. Oh, it's a tonus. Well, little old ladies hardly have any tonus, and they seem to manage to walk around, still. But see already, just this shift in this tonus. So now if I come back here, you can already see how that shifted. So if I just still come back to this side, see, I don't get the twist. But if I come on this side, already how the twist is different. Just that little bit, how he can articulate and organize his leg. And again, notice that child that I just worked on. The leg really was quite, he was kind of just laying there. And just again, just to suddenly, it's like, oh, and they start moving and they can do these things. So those are things to look at if your child goes to reach out here. What it is that it's the counterbalance isn't as sophisticated in the system, so they need a startle or like a brace or, oh, I'm gonna fall. And again, you don't think of falling in this position, but if you haven't worked on it, then yeah, it's falling. So just take those things in consideration.